And thanks so much for tuning in to Morning Live. All right, we cross now to our reporter Kim Daniels, and she is, of course, in the Eastern Cape in Gqeberha and at the Jubilee Park Primary in Kariega. Now, Kim is looking at infrastructure issues there, vandalism, lack of maintenance, storm drainage, damage, all of that. Let's find out what things are looking like on the first day of the 2022 academic year for coastal schools. Kim, good morning, and thanks so much for being with us this morning. Please, we hand it over to you to tell us more about what's happening at the Jubilee Park School.
Good morning, Zakina, and I'm coming to you from a brand new Jubilee Park School. It's a primary school here in Kariega, as you have said, and if you had followed us covering the story over the past few years, you know what kind of trials and tribulations the school has gone through. In 2012, the school went through a fire that burnt the entire infrastructure of the school. But even prior to that, the school was affectionately known as Planka, which in English means planks. The school was actually made out of planks, and they were looking towards hoping for new infrastructure rather. And after this fire, you know, if I could just move out of the shot, if my colleague Gqeberha Blom can just pan to the prefabs that they use. For the past nearly 10 years, the entire primary school, which is composed of kids from grade 1 to grade R, had to fit into these tiny classrooms. And you can imagine that during the time of COVID, things got really tricky as social distance and all of those kind of things had to be adhered to. But finally, towards the end of last year, after a lot of discrepancies with the department, with the construction companies, things were finally done after many protests from the parents and the teachers themselves. Kids were even kept away, you know, from the school. But it's a brand new schooling year, so it's a good news story this time around. And I'm joined with the principal, Pat Korkia, who is here. Welcome back on your first day of school, sir. How are you this morning?
Good morning, young lady. Good morning, South Africa. Oh, I'm feeling overjoyed this morning. Really, really, really. I can't wait for the parents and new learners to arrive. Yeah.
So obviously you guys have been through a lot at the school. You waited a very, very long time, you know, for this brand new school to open. Can you just tell us what kind of struggles that you guys faced during these past, like maybe 10 years?
You know, during this past 10 years, we children have inadequate education, only come to school once or twice a week. Social distancing, they didn't have a place to play. There was no space. This thing is 72 square meters. I measured 72 square meters for 1,300 learners to enjoy themselves during break, playtime, etc.
And obviously you guys moved in a little bit towards the end of last year into a brand new school. How was that new experience?
You know, they kept us in a cage for 9 years, and when they opened the gates in mid-October, then you saw all the birds flying full of freedom. They have space. They know they're coming to a school, and that's the encouragement for all learners, encouragement for all parents. And we have an influx of new learners coming to school this year. And I'm glad, I'm overjoyed. Even the teachers, they're out of that box. They can think freely, they can speak freely, and they enjoy everything.
And I'm sure you guys are very excited for the new year. Are any plans or any goals outside, the new school being built?
Our first goal this year is to promote the school, promote learning, promote sport, and you know what? The school this year is 70 years old. And I ask every ex-learner, parent, ex-teacher, everyone to come on board. So we get a big bash to celebrate our mention. It's not a school, it's a mention. Really.
Well, so thank you to the principal, Mr. Pat Korkia. Well, there you have it. Jubilee Park got a brand new school now, and as you've heard, they are now 70 years old. So they have been around and been in the community for a long time. I know, coming from this town, my parents and all my parents' friends, my aunts and uncles, a lot of them do come from the school, so they do have quite a rich history. So Jubilee Park Primary are looking forward to a brand new year in a brand new school. But for now, from us here in Kariega, it's back to you guys in studio.